I remember in the 80s reading these headlines that said, "Woman murdered, domestic dispute." Now, as far as I know, nobody gets murdered in an argument, in a dispute. They get murdered because somebody was violent towards them. When I was in high school, Martin Luther King had come to Bridgeport, Connecticut. My mom and dad thought it was important for me to be there and to listen to one of the world's greatest leaders. And I remember sitting there in that auditorium and saying, darn, I want to do something. I want to make a difference out there. What I learned early on was many of the women who were in these programs were also battered. There were so many women who were in these relationships that were so brutal, and it was an issue that was underground for so long. Police were more like social workers with a gun than they were law enforcement officers seeing this as a crime. They were called to the home, and they basically tried to say to the guy, take a walk around the block, and they went back to do their real work. The laws were on the books, but if two people knew each other or two people were married, those laws weren't applied. And we just said that's not okay anymore. I remember meeting with some of the sergeants early on to build a police training program. Wonderful, wonderful guys who said, oh, come on, I know how to deal with these cases. And it was one of the assistant chiefs who really turned this around for us. He said, you know what we've been doing is not right. What we need to do is take this more seriously. And they turned it around. It was millions of dollars that went to change the way law enforcement dealt with these issues, change the way the courts dealt with these issues, provided critical resources for shelters, and also helped support public education campaigns. We took an issue that was private, took an issue that people said is not serious, and we made it a public issue in a public forum with public policy. And so there was a huge sea change. It's a lot safer today than it was in 1980. And that's what I'm most proud of, is that violence against adult women in the United States is down by over 50%, and that I played a role in that.